Hello, this is Dr. Schrader, and one way that you can tell that you have a city in decline is when they start removing signals or converting one-way streets to two-way. And that's because you don't have the traffic anymore to justify having those. So that's an indicator that we're in decline. So Racine here has decided that they're going to convert this one-way street here, which is second, which leads to Wisconsin, into two-way. So I'm going to take a little tour. Now, if I go down Main, I'm going to hit 6 traffic signals between where I just turned off and 7th Street. So come down Wisconsin. Now remember, they're going to try and make this a two-way street. And one of the things here is it's, well, narrow. Too narrow, even. It's one lane as you come up through here. So converting this to two-way is going to be an issue because it's two little tiny pieces that come together. It's basically 2 ramps that come together. So the one comes underneath and the one comes up above. Let me step out here and I'll give you a panorama of what I'm looking at. So I'm looking straight down here down Wisconsin Street. So as I look this way here on the street, you can see there's a ramp that comes in off of State Street here. It's a pretty busy little ramp that comes in. We do have some issues as we come in. You know, right now it's one way, but if this becomes two-way like they're planning to do, we've got an issue here as we come up because of this building that will be blocking the sight distance. So that's going to become an issue with sight distance as I come up, and now all of a sudden I'm elevated onto that second floor of that building there. As you can see how this is, it's kind of elevated up. So because I'm elevated, I'm actually going to be staring into the building as I look to my right. So this is going to be really, really tricky in terms of turning. The other issue I have here is this is a drawbridge as I come up. So you see the drawbridge tower there on there. So as I pull up, if I look to the left, I'm going to be looking straight into the drawbridge tower. So, and you'll see it's a little bit of an arched structure here. So let me walk up a little bit closer. So there we go. As we get the panorama, you'll see this structure here is actually arched. So as I pull up and I'm pulling out to try and turn, I'm not going to be able to see what's coming from the left because that vision is going to be obstructed because it's actually kind of an arch there. So we've got some real problems with doing this. Some things that we don't really think about. Other issues, for example, are driveways and ramps. See, these are designed here where these trash cans are. That's designed to come out here onto the street. So now I've reversed the flow, and that's not going to function the way that it should be functioning. But there's a lot of other issues to address here. So one of them that we know is, according to the CDE, when people choose routes, they're willing to drive a half mile out of their way to save a minute in time. That's the CDE. So the problem becomes knowing this, that people are willing to drive. See, look how much traffic we have coming down through here right now. And why is that? And look where they're going. So we got this traffic going south here. More traffic than what people think. And they're all going to go over this way. And there's a reason for that. Besides the fact that the streets got some work going on down here. But that's not why. I'll show you why. Because I can get down from 2nd Street. And I can follow this stream of cars here. As we're doing. So let's follow our stream of cars. And what these stream of cars are doing is they're coming down here and they're going this way. Because now I've gotten all the way down to 6th Street and I don't have to stop for a single traffic signal. And that becomes crucial. Remember, time. Time is the key. If I go the opposite direction, and I'll show you the opposite direction. So let me whip back around here on the 7th Street. So because Wisconsin right now is one way, I can't do that going back. So if I'm coming down 7th, I am forced to go through all these traffic signals, of which there's quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to go through all these traffic signals down here. And then I have to turn on Main Street. I don't have a choice because Wisconsin is one way. So now all of a sudden I'm sitting through the 6 signals on Main Street plus the 3 I just went through. So that's 9 traffic signals that I have to go through. With Wisconsin being 2-way, I don't have to worry about that. That all goes away. So all this traffic that comes down here to Maine will now go to Wisconsin. And that wasn't quite the desired effect that they were hoping for, was to actually divert all the traffic. Because, again, time is the driver. Time is the key factor on what routes people drive. They want to save time. And I'll show you what Maine looks like. So let's come down here and we'll turn on Maine. And look at this. It's signal after signal after signal. And of course I just got stopped. So that's delay. And remember, when I was on Wisconsin, there was no delay. It was wide open. Didn't have a thing to worry about. So this becomes an important issue that people, sometimes when they come up with these ideas, they're not thinking about that. They're not thinking about what is the impact on traffic. So you see a lot of traffic on Main. Well, a lot of this is going to go away because there's going to be no reason to be down here if I can go a block over and avoid all these signals. People do not like signals. To make it worse, the second part of this plan here is to take these signals out and replace them with all-way stops. And so now you're even adding more delay and more delay. But there's that pretty steady stream that was coming down through here. So that becomes an important factor. There's another one. So that's the primary stream of flow. So once this becomes a two-way, then we can expect the exact same flow in the opposite direction, where people will be going up to hit Wisconsin to avoid all of these signals down here. So we'll drive down here in Wisconsin, and it's a one-way all the way down to 16th Street here. But Wisconsin only has 3 signals on it. So we have this one here at 6th, and yeah, it's possible to put the faces go in the opposite direction. It's not advisable for a variety of issues. The biggest one being it's non-compliant. So, for example, you can see they're getting ready here to work on it. Let me show you this signal here. So that's the second signal. This is the one at 7th. And the idea is, we can just put these heads in here. So let's take a look. Let's take a look what we got. So What do you see missing on our heads here? Well, a mast arm. Where's the mast arm at? Don't have one. So I'm going to have a head here and a head here. It's all going to be post mounted, and that's all well and good, but we use mast arms for a reason. And the reason we do our signals like this with mast arms and posts is the idea of being able to see that signal head, that indication. Because if you have them all at the exact same level, sometimes they get lost. Post signals are really problematic of getting lost. So we put these things up on mast arms as well. And so now you got it up high, you got it down low, you got it left, right, center. So you're giving people more targets to view so they don't run the signal. This becomes crucial at certain times of the year due to the sun. So Wisconsin's not going to be quite so bad because it faces north-south, but that's why we do it this way. So here, like for Wisconsin, for example, see we got one up and we got one on the left, and there's one behind me and one over there. So I've got different targets. There's a minimum requirement that's set. You have to have a minimum number of heads on here. So when we start doing this, now suddenly we're not consistent. So people are expecting one thing and they're not seeing that, and that causes accidents. That causes crashes. So we don't want to do that. We want to be consistent with how we do it. So let me get back in here and we'll proceed onward on our little tour here. So again, this is one of those, this part of the street is grossly underutilized. So there's some rationale behind this. We don't have the traffic need anymore for these one-ways. So for these residents parking down through here, for example, a two-way is definitely a lot safer because now you don't have passengers getting out into traffic. So it makes it a lot safer. So for residential neighborhoods, absolutely, it's a safer option to do it this way. So, and as you can see, we just don't have the traffic flow. There's really no traffic flow. Now I'll show you what happens down here though. And so this is another factor that, and remember, CDE, time is the driver of which way you're going to go. So this road just moves on. No stop signs, no obstructions. It moves on good. So it's a good road to drive, but I can only go one direction. I can only go southbound. There's no couple to it. The couple is Main Street. Now here is where it gets really interesting. So this is 14th at Wisconsin. And you can see they've already started putting the heads up. And really, that's a bad idea to do that because you want to wire, see, there's our controller. You want to wire these things separately so that you can phase it correctly. These are 8-phase signals, and you want to wire it separately. So this is the end of Main Street at 14th. For all practical purposes, Main ends at 14th. So if I'm continuing south, this is great. I can't get back north. I have to cut through neighborhoods and all that to get back north. So this portion of it, without a doubt, is problematic because I don't have a good couple to go with this. So, and then we get down here to this stop sign, and then from here on in, Wisconsin is two-way. But basically, Wisconsin is the main street through the city of Racine, south of the Root River. It's not Main Street, it's Wisconsin, because Main Street ended several blocks back, and Wisconsin keeps going. Wisconsin keeps on going, follows the lake, and gets you all the way across town. So there's a sign there that says slow down, speed limit 25. So what's going to happen with this is that traffic right now that's being forced to go on Main Street because part of Wisconsin is one way is now suddenly going to go away. So here we go. So you see the end of Wisconsin Street right down here on here. So the danger in doing this is you want to make sure that you're achieving the objective. And the objective behind all this is to enhance traffic and increase visibility through downtown. And the idea is, we take these one-ways out, we've expanded the footprint. What's going to happen is it's not going to expand the footprint, it's going to move the footprint. Because with this being two-way, there's really no reason to drive Main Street anymore. You'll see everybody's going to be doing that exact diagonal that I showed you at the beginning. That's what people are going to be doing because they don't want to have to stop at all those stops. So this is one of those double-edged swords. It has some benefits. Now the issue with the signals is we're trying to tap things in, and we're restricting ourselves how we can operate our signals, and that's probably not the best way to do it. To do it properly, you're going to want to redo those signals. I know they're in a hurry, they're trying to get it done on this. So I appreciate you spending time with me today to talk about what happens with these cases and things to think about. Bye.